Hi everyone, this is my fourth live over here. So in this video, I'm going to do the review of the HP Pavilion X360 2020 model, which is with LTE as a budget laptop. No LTE, nothing is available. But in this laptop, as a budget laptop, it has the LTE option with it. So let's get started with the review of it. Come on. Article the product, the HP Pavilion X360 14-inch 2-in-1 PC 14TW0097NR. Oh, okay. So in this we have the Windows 10 Home 64 with 10 Gen Intel Core i5 processor, Intel USD graphics with 8 GB of memory and 256 GB of SSD. The laptop mode, the 10 mode, the left side, we have the USB Type A port over 3.1 over the headphone jack, a headphone jack 3.5 mm over there. Then we have the ventilation over there. We have on the right we have the SIM slot over there. In a budget laptop, no SIM slot is available, but in this there is like the SD card reader, USB Type C. It can be used for charging also. Time USB Type A port one more time, and the headphone jack and the power port. Now the keyboard over this is premium. With design, the back and also speakers. We have the mouse trackpad also. Um, um, when we received the SD card 14, we gripped that it is $700 in price, but we got only 128 GB of SSD. Not only has HP fixed that with 256 GB drive, but this gets one of the card slot for LTE mobile broadband, keeping you connected when there's no Wi-Fi hotspot around. Those improvements aside, the Pavilion remains a likable choice among the 14-inch convertible laptops. It's a little heavy out, little pokey in performance test compared to the editor's choice as the Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 514, but the convenience of LTE will attract its fair share of buyers. Closing a millimeter or two at 0.74 by 12.8 by 8.7 inches. The HP is also a hair thinner than last year's version, but at 3.5 5 pounds is little slightly overweight. The Lenovo Flex and the Aspire, the Spin are 3.3 pounds
each, and the LG Gram 14 2-in-1 is a feathery 2.5 pounds. You'll likely hold the Pavilion in your lap instead of in your hands in the tablet mode over there. HP continues to play with contrasting colors in a way that sets its system apart from the running of the mill notebooks. A dark brushed metal keyboard and the palm rest offset the convertible um, silver finish over there as the keyboard shows over there. That Chrome HP logo centered in the lid, concave silver. The edges help you open the laptop with one hand. The system boasts its 256 MB SSD with 16 GB of internal octane memory. It carries 8 GB of RAM and a quad-core 1.0 GHz Intel Core i5 1035 Chip 1 processor, as well as the 14-inch touchscreen with Full HD 1920 by 1080 pixels resolution. Two hinges let you fold the display into the laptop and tablet, and the easel configurations. The screen wobbles just a bit when tapped in the laptop mode, and there's some flex if you grab the screen corners and uh, the press the keyboard deck. You'll find let's go to the ports of the laptop over there. You'll find USB 3.2 Type A port on an audio jack on the pavilion's left side. Um, then we have on the right we have another USB Type A port joins the USB Type C port and HDMI video output over there and an SD card slot, and we have along with the SIM slot and connector for the AC adapter on the right. Coming to the sound and selfies. The webcam offers ordinary 720p resolution but better than the average color and clarity in its image. It was easy to fix the fine pattern of my shirt and unruly strands of my hair. Sound from the top firing speakers in the top touch wholly hollow or the boomy with the volume cranked up at more moderate levels. So it's quite good, predictably short on the bass, but with clear highs and midtones and easily distinguish overlapping tracks. Yeah, the screen is in very vivid colors at present, but not pop. Touch overlays glass gives it some mirror-like sheen that can reflect room lighting, but contrast is decent, and white backgrounds are indeed wide. Hmm. Screen viewability outdoors will be a challenge. I could finish, or I wish for some extra brightness. HP rates the display at 250 nits through a winter, um, through a sunnier 400 night panel, or there, and it is an option, and that's it. That the off-center viewing engines angles are brought on my test unit's display and fine details looked sharp. It seems as if it's in um, Um, it seems as if I have spent my reviewing career complaining about the HP laptop's arrangement of the cursor arrows keys in a row with half height of the down arrows sandwiched between the full size um, arrow keys, the full size left and right, rather than the correct inverted T. If you get past that, the keyboard layout is fine with the dedicated home and page down keys and central and delete in their proper corners. Typing feel is a shallow but snappy. Let's go to the mouse or the trackpad over there. We have the good size buttonless touchpad glides and taps smoothly. Left and right flex takes just the right amount of the pressure. Um, we have the Windows 10 Home software preload singular CFL live stream trial over there, and the box. We have the Dropbox, we have the Booking.com, and the ExpressVPN promotions. HP packs the convertible with 1 year warranty. Let's go to the performance testing outrun by Ryzen. The I compare the balanced performance numbers to those of the four other convertibles at the SS Pen 3 Lenovo Yogo C 7400 and Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5 14 have 14-inch screens. HP's NVX 360 has a 13.3 um, inch panel. You can see the basic specs in the table over there in your screen. Productivity and media test will be coming soon after the test system configurations over there. HP Pavilion x360 14 LTE 2020 over the Intel Core i5 1035G1 1 GHz processor with Intel UHD graphics and 8 GB of RAM with 256 GB of SSD. Productivity and media test PC Mark 10 and the 8 are Holocaust performance suits developed by the PC benchmarks specialist UL, formerly Future Mark. The PC Mark 10 test where run simulates different real world productivity and content creation workflow. We use it to assess overall system performance for office-centric tasks like the word processing, spreadsheet, wrestling, web browsing, and video conferencing. The PC Mark 8, meanwhile, has storage subtests that we use to assess the speed of the system but drive while the yield. A proprietary numeric score higher numbers are the best, or the PC Mark productivity and the storage over there. Let's go to the next one. Here we have the HP Pen X360 14 with the LTE over there, the LTE option for the budget laptop. We have the HP Pen X360 with the PC Mark 8, 4804, 84 with PC Mark 10. Overall score is 3992 over there. And going to the Cinex Badge R15 over there. Before that, let's go to the previous one. This is the PC Mark productivity. Now the Pavilion x360, which has a whisker shot of the 4000 points that we consider excellent PC Mark 10. It joined the other SSD based convertibles and embracing the that we consider excellent in PC Mark 10. It joins the other SSD-based convertibles in breathing these PC Mark 8 through the subtest storage cementing its status as a solid productivity partner. Next is the Maxon's CPU crunching Sinbatch R15 test, which has fully threatened that to make the use of all the available processor cores and threads. Sinbad stresses the CPU rather than the GPU to render a complex image. The result is a proprietary score indicating a PC's suitability for processing the intensive workload. The synbatch is often a good predictor of our handbrake video editing. This benchmark in which we put a stopwatch on systems as the Strangler of a brief movie from 4K resolution down to the 1080p. It too is a tough test for multi-core, multi-threaded CPUs. Load times are the best. So in the AC in which R15 we have the HP Pavilion x360 as the lowest, so all the core settings of the Zenbatch R15, higher is the best. So Lenovo IdeaPad is the best in this. Worst is the HP Pavilion X360 14 LTE, but it is best. Not among these. In the HPs, also it's a little more better. It's good. Um, then we have the Handbrake 1.1.1. The AMD Ryzen 5 powered IdeaPad and the NV dominated these events, while the Pavilion landed at the back of the pack. It's fine for the routine spreadsheets, but unlikely to be mistaken for a workstation style media editing or rendering machines. We also run a custom adapter for editing, image editing, the benchmark using an early 2018 release of the Creative Cloud version of the Photoshop over there.
Uh, we have the Creative Cloud version of the Photoshop over there. We have we apply a series of 10 complex filters and effects to a standard GPA test over there. We apply a series of 10 complex filters and effects to standard GPG test image. We time each operation and add up the total over times the best. The Photoshop test stresses the CPU storage subsystem and the RAM, but it can also take advantage of most GPUs to speed up the processor of applying. HP Pavilion X360 is the highest among these, but lower is the best. So HP Pavilion X360, where it should be the best, it became the worst. But still, HP Pavilion X360 is 14 LTE has 25, but not good. 25 minutes. Lower is the best because in minutes, which is faster, the time will be less. So Lenovo IdeaPad is the best. IdeaFlex 5 14. Then we have the Photoshop CC over there. The Pavilion and the Pen trail here too. So they will only keep you waiting an extra few seconds for Photoshop filter or editing operations. Occasional image touch ups will be a fun. The Ryzen 4000 series based laptops once again set the price. Let's go to the graphics test 3D mark. 3D mark measures. We have the relative graphics muscle by the rendering sequence of highly detailed gaming stars that emphasize the particles and lighting. We run two different 3D mark success sky diver and the fire strike over there, but both are direct X11 benchmarks, but Skydiver is more suited to the laptops and mid-range PCs, while Firestrike is more demanding and lets high-end PCs and gaming right track this stuff. Going to the next one, the rise and found the indicator radar graphics. Solutions led the system with the Intel UHD integrated graphics, but even they are crushed by gaming with the laptops with dedicated GPUs. All these convertibles are strictly for the casual or the browser-based games not demanding the 3D titles. Next up is the synthetic Eugene's superposition graphics test the time for the using code like the 3D mark, the superposition and test over there is renders and pans the through a detailed 3D mark scene. This one rendered in the eponymous Eugene the engine for a second opinion on the machine's graphical prowess. We present to a precision results run at the 720p low and 1080p high presets and reported frames per second FPS over there. Yeah, indicating how smooth the scenes look in the motions. This gaming simulator defeated the laptop just as the 3D Mark did, as just as the real games would. Again, these machines are an indicator for the gamers. You may make some decent plays with their radiance at the 720p and low settings, but even that it is a stretch for anything beyond casual games. Let's go to the battery rundown test as the battery video rundown battery test. After fully recharging the laptop, we set up the machine and power save mode as opposed to the balance or the higher performance mode were available and make a few other battery conserving tweaks in preparation for our unplugged video rundown test. We also turn Wi-Fi off, putting the laptop into the airplane mode. In this test, we loop a video, a locality store 720p file of the Blender Foundation short films like the Tears of Steel screen brightness set at the 50% and the volume at 100% until the system quits. The yeah, HP Pavilion x360 higher is the best. So in this Lenovo idea flex is a little more higher, but yeah, HP Pavilion x360 is the lowest among these, so not good in this. HP Pavilion x360 14 LTE 2029 minutes, hours, and 40 minutes. Pavilion X360 will get you through a fully workday over here on a chart, even if its rank time is a few hours short of what we like to see in this class of systems. Coming to a solid enough choice in a crowded fields, the Pavilion Express 14 LTE doesn't have the star wattage of HP Spectres or the Elite Dragonfly portables, but it's a lot of more affordable. And this year's additions of the mobile broadband helps it stay competitive in the bustling market segments. If it were lightly and slightly quicker, it would be an editor's choice contender. But as it has plenty to recommend it, especially if you need a budget option that can work away from Wi-Fi. Going to the pros of the laptop, we have the 4G LTE support, above average audio and webcam, 3 USB ports, HDMI port, and full-size SD card slot. Going to the cons of the laptop, we have a bit hefty, tepid 1 GB processor. Bottom line, the always connected convenience of the LTE broadband left HP's good looking affordable 14-inch Pavilion X360 convertible laptop.
Thank you.